one of the big clubs on the planet.
What you also need is a manager who's able to bring the best out of players. We've seen that this season, Arne Slot, where certain players have gone up to a different level of playing, and you've both been asked to pick a young player of the season up to Ryan Gravenberch, and he has been a perfect example of the way a manager can shape a player, bring a player on, because he has been one of the key figures within Liverpool, especially at the start of the season, but even through the whole campaign, a really important operator for us now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're thinking about a young player for Liverpool, how many fall in that category? Thinking of Conor Bradley, Harvey Elliott, Kwanzaa, who maybe haven't had the same game time as Ryan Gravenberch, who has been one of the most consistent performers. We did the review show on a Monday. We almost have a Ryan Gravenberch section every single game because of how good he's been. He is intelligent. I think he's mobile. He'll get into positions to take the ball off the centre halves. He can turn. He knows what's around him. He's got that sort of awareness. I think his game intelligence is at such a high level for somebody so young. And I thought the best thing that happened to him was the transfer window closing. So much speculation. We're bringing this player in. We're bringing that player.
Also, I felt as if he'd been like a new signing, for Arne Slot, because the season before, I seen Gravenberch as a running eight. Just somebody who was looked very athletic from box to box. A couple of 3 weeks in the US, when it looked as if Endo maybe lost that number 6 slot, and then they started, putting Ryan in there. I've seen a totally different player. I've seen a player who the way he presents his body to the ball, the way he could let it run through his body, his awareness of space and where to turn away from an opponent. It's like a new player. He's nailed that spot, but he also still shows us that ability when he does the little shimmies and lets the ball run across himself, that he can get from box to box in it seems like 3-4 seconds. So he's got a massive big gate. I just think and I think there's more to come from Gravenberch. If he can add a couple of goals as well, it nudges him up another level.
But it also tells you about his attitude as well, because he's not played that position before. You mentioned there you've seen him more as an 8, maybe a more attacking midfield player.
8, yeah.
And players want to play in the position they want to play him, and he's played in a position where he's unfamiliar to him. He's got on with it. Yeah. He's not moaned. He's not kicked off. He's just got on with it, and it's been absolutely sensational.
Yeah, there's been moments when people have went and pressed him really high when he's been in that number 6 area, just in front of the centre half, and and the centre halves have rolled it into him, and he's made some brilliant little movements to wriggle away from the press. But then he's gone into the area that he's played in before, higher up the pitch, running across the halfway line with the ball, and then he's getting there to feed the forwards. It's been really impressive. He's been really, really impressive.
One of those players where you know what he's going to do when he's going to let the ball run across him, but you can't stop it. One of those players who has that knack to take the ball in such a way that it's impossible to halt him almost. And we should sort of dip in and talk about some of these pictures we're seeing. We don't want to take them for granted. This is sort of West Derby Road. It's pretty phenomenal. I know this is going to be a theme throughout the course of the day, but wow, if you're a player on that bus now, you are thinking, this is something different. This is different gravy.
Yeah, memorable, unforgettable, want more of it. Doesn't want it to end. I'm sure the players are thinking, cannot believe how many people are out here, and they've still got a good an hour and a half or so before they get down here outside the Liver building, and it will be just one big party, and that's what this weekend has been. Macca mentioned it a little bit earlier. We knew we'd won the league 4 weeks ago, and it's been gearing up to yesterday at Anfield to see the trophy presentation, which was special in itself. To get a ticket for that was like gold dust. But then just seeing people around the city, in and around restaurants, in and around the streets, not got a ticket, but they're just here to soak up the atmosphere. Got the Liverpool shirts on, got the kids with them, and it's just these are days that you'll always remember.
We also seen some pictures at Birmingham New Street and Crew Station. The Liverpool fans are just taking over train stations all over the country to try and get a train to get here.
It's absolutely incredible, yeah. It'd be fascinating if we had an aerial shot of all the different routes coming into Liverpool today, because whether it's by train, whether it's by road, whatever the way they were going to come, and people were going to find a route in for this morning and for this afternoon. Now let's head back out onto the route just now. First we'll hear some thoughts from fans who are lining the streets of the city, and then we're back onto the bus where we'll catch up with Johnny Heitinger, get his thoughts on what today has been like from the coach's point of view.
here. I've got a couple of cop kids with me. Give us a big cheer for Liverpool, guys! Yay! They are absolutely loving it. We've all just seen the parade bus go by. I'll come down here to the young Bobby. Bobby, tell me, how are you feeling, mate?
Good.
Good. Can we not do better than that? You're not amazed? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Guys, in terms of this season, out of 10, how good has it been? 10 out of 10. It has. And who's our favourite Liverpool player? Almost Salah. Really? Alisson. Who's yours?
Salah.
Salah. Who's yours?
I don't know.
Don't know. Virgil. What about Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil.
Virgil van Dijk. Okay, guys. And in terms of this title, you have just seen the parade bus, seen the pictures, big cheers all around. How happy are you, Bobby?
Good.
Good, he's still good, guys. That's brilliant. That'll do us. And we've got a song, haven't we? He's a centre half. He's a number 4. Watch him defend, and we watch him score. He'll pass the ball, come as you like. He's Virgil van Dijk. He's Virgil van Dijk. Well, I can tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, these kids have just absolutely smashed it, and we are still here, loving life. The rain will not stop us from smiling today, because Liverpool are champions! Yay!
Well, you joined us here with Sipka Hushoff and Johnny Heitinger as well. We're about an hour and a half into this incredible emotional journey, Johnny. How do you feel? What have you seen so far?
Oh, this is amazing. All the emotions, but you know, the happiness is unbelievable. The happiness, you can see all the faces, all the smiles. It's incredible.
You're looking into people's eyes, you can see what this club, this success means to them.
It's immense. It's immense. So if you see how many people here on the streets, it's crazy.
An air of celebration. Sipka, you're a year into this whole adventure now. Did you ever envisage this would happen so soon?
That you win such a big prize, of course, is the best thing what can overcome us in the first year. But if you, what Johnny also already said, if you see the happiness of all the people from young to old, and you saw it already a little bit in the stadium when we won, and when we won the league against Tottenham Hotspur, how happy the people were, and that is actually the nicest thing to win a prize, that you see the happiness from all the LFC fans, and yeah, that makes me also very happy.
It's what great Liverpool people and managers have always said, make the people happy, and you've done that this year.
Yeah, but that is, I think, the most important. That's also our job, that we make the people happy, that they go with a good feeling to the game, that they go back home with a good feeling. When they come home and tell their wife or tell their friends that they saw a good game, and in the end, if you have good football, we play aggressive football, and we have good results, then you get this, what you see now.
Johnny, you were a top player as well. The togetherness between the boys is very obvious, and that's no coincidence. They have to be a close group to achieve what they've achieved this year.
The togetherness was great, you know, and what we mentioned before, you don't have to be each other's friend as long as you're fighting for each other. And the boys and the players, they're fighting for each other, so let's enjoy.
Sipka, just one final one on the manager. You've been together now for nearly 10 years. He has done an unbelievable job this year. He's been very subtle with it as well. His personality is very different to Jurgen, but you can tell how much he's loved by the people here.
Sorry, one time the question, I didn't understand the last part.
I'm saying you can tell how much the manager is loved. You've been with him for 10 years now.
Yes.
This is obviously a very special day for him as well.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. If you look at him, and sometimes we look each other in the eyes, and I think Johnny the same, and then you do only like this, and this is unbelievable. That we can do it with all of us, the total staff members, medical, physical, and of course also the technical staff. If we can do this in 1 year, yeah, so we have to be real prepared for the second year, but can it be bigger than this? I hope so.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are still here at the Jolly Miller. I am with a couple of Liverpool fans. We have just seen George holding up a Luis Diaz shirt. Lads, how does it feel to see the boys there bringing home the Premier League trophy?
Boss, I remember coming to the 2005 one, and then the other one we didn't make because he was born the day before. But to come and be with him now as boss, it's everything I've ever wanted.
George, it's raining, but nobody cares because we've just seen Liverpool with the parade bus. How are you feeling, mate?
I feel good. what they're doing and the stuff that they're helping us do for the whole team.
And it's brilliant for the city. Fans from all over. We've had fans come from, I've spoken to people from Norway, all the way from Ireland. We've had fans from all over today. Mate, I know you're local, but how much does this mean to you for the city?
Boss, it's boss for the city. All the local businesses will win from it and everything as well. So made up that everyone's come out with so many numbers. Never seen it this busy before in my life.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Luis Diaz, your favourite player?
Yeah.
Lucho.
Sing a song.
We call him Lucho.
Lucho. He came from Porto. He came to score, came to score, came to score, score, score. Luis Diaz.
He's from Baracas.
And he plays for Liverpool. Na 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 na. Luis Diaz, he's from Baracas and he plays for Liverpool. Honestly, it doesn't get better than this, guys. Don't know where you're watching in the world, but thank you for watching here with us, and we will keep you posted throughout the rest of this parade. Make no doubt about it.
Brilliant stuff, Errol. I've got to say, when Errol's around, you've got no choice but to have a good time. That man is a force of nature. He'll keep people on their toes around the route through the course of the city as the bus continues to weave its way down towards us here at the Strand, where people are gathered in not just the thousands, the tens of thousands. The pictures are absolutely fabulous. They are breathtaking. So we're going to take a short break, let you take them in, let it all sink in. We'll be back with more analysis, coverage and thoughts on this parade a little bit later in the afternoon. Welcome back to our coverage of Liverpool FC's Premier League Trophy Parade. More to come from our balcony position above the Strand from Gary McAllister and Neil Mellor in a few moments' time. But for now, let's jump back onto the team bus where Peter McDowell is with Harvey Elliott.
Well, Harvey's been entertaining the crowds all day. Now he's got the snacks in. How are you feeling so far, mate?
It's been amazing.
He does a lot.
Just a little midway through the game, little food top up. Then we'll be ready for action after. But it's been incredible. Once again, fans have come out in numbers. The support is it's unbelievable. And yeah, we've got another long way to go now. So yeah, we just need to keep enjoying it.
There's lots of little kids down there. You were one of them once. I'm sure that these things were a thing when you were younger. You'd have queued up to see the boys.
Nah. It's always hard. But I mean, not only myself, but everyone here. We always try to take the time to interact with the fans, especially the younger ones, because it will last them a lifetime. So yeah, that's what we're just trying to do, and it's just not about us today. It's about the whole city, the whole club, and as I said, we just need to interact with everyone.
I know being a professional footballer for Liverpool is an unbelievable thing to have, but this experience for the boys feels priceless when you're looking at the look on your faces, looking back at the fans again.
Yeah, it's like, you can't really describe it, how it feels. It's kind of, in the moment, you need to see it to feel how you feel. But we've worked so hard for this season. Everyone involved in the club, the fans, everyone from the training ground to the people who work at Anfield. It's all together. It's not just the players. It's all as one. And times like this, not only for us but for everyone involved, it's memories of a lifetime.
Give your mate a tap there. Let's try and get Queevy involved here. Another Liverpool fan who is kind of living out your dreams a little bit here. It feels a little bit of a surreal experience, all this.
Yeah, we're trying to take it in, but it's just amazing. Obviously, all the fans coming out. There's so many people already. It's been mental, and like you say, it's a dream to be on the bus, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. And you're doing it with your mates. I think that's the most important thing here, and it's been such a big part of the season and the last couple of years of you being here. This camaraderie you've got seems unrivaled.
Yeah, to be fair, I think everyone on the team is really close with each other. You see everyone really close unit. Like you say, that's the best thing. We're enjoying it together with each other. That's how it should be, and yeah, loving it.
And that focus you've had over the last 10 months of trying to win games, how important is it to celebrate and relax together as well?
Yeah, of course, obviously. Like you say, it's been a long season. We put a lot of work into it. And if you get a reward, you need to celebrate it right as well. So it's nice to be able to do that.
And I think just finally, you've been responsible for how many flights have been coming over from Ireland. It seems like the whole country is evacuated to be here.
We're not finished yet!
Great stuff on the bus there. I did wonder that Pete might have gone off the edge at the end there, though. I think he's taken his life in his hands for us to gather those interviews. We are back in our balcony position just above the Strand as the tens of thousands now, I think it is, gather behind us. Sadly, the weather is not improving. We are battling on as much as we can. We want to make sure we bring you as much of today as possible. And to be fair, the conditions aren't putting off any of the guys and girls below. The numbers continue to build and build. Gary and Neil are back with me. We've gone from no coats to coats, no umbrella to umbrellas now, and Neil's doing a fabulous job of keeping that one under control because
British
the wind is
never lets you down, the British
Honestly,
weather.
a month of nothing but sunshine, and then we get a parade.
It's gorgeous.
It's
gorgeous.
It's shocking, but again, spirits remain high. The pictures are absolutely incredible. And every time we look down behind us, guys, it just, another element gets brought into it, another level it goes to. The fireworks continue to go off, the flares are there, the banners are there, we've had beach balls, there's kids now on the Strand playing football between each other. It's just make the most of it.
Every bit of the ground is covered now, it's just remarkable.
It is absolutely staggering stuff. And great to see the players on the bus really reveling in it. Harvey refueling, restocking, Neil taking it all in and appreciating it. These guys, especially the younger lads, they're still they're still appreciative of what this is.
Yeah, and it's also an experience they'll never get tired of doing. You know, they won't have too many opportunities to do this. You can see the enjoyment, the buzz it's giving them. It's giving all the fans as well the chance to thank them. And I don't know if it's Quivin Kelleher said, it just brings us together one more time. And they've had a few trips away and they've enjoyed winning the league early. But days like today will bring them closer, and team bonding is so important. To win as a group of players has been absolutely key, and these scenes are just special. They really are.
You know, when people ask you what is team spirit, it's team spirit. You know, when you celebrate together after you've won something, that's what true team spirit brings, and it's something they'll never ever forget.
But also, team spirit takes you a long way, doesn't it? Do you know, it makes those differences. You know, those percent we need to get a win or get a result or find something.
I thought there was many games this season where we struggled to get top form. But we always seem to manage to find a way how to win. And teams that win leagues, that plays a big part. Even when you're not playing well, you just find a way. Coming together, believing that you're just going to nick a goal, and invariably, Salah was there to produce a moment. But just finding a way to win is what true champions do.
Plenty of examples of that, wasn't there? I'm thinking, certainly at Anfield, Chelsea.
Yeah, it
was a game which could have been a draw rather than a victory. That felt 3 big points at the time. Brighton as well, 1-0 down at half time. Yeah. That was a special sort of 10-15 minute period where we took the game away from them, and you know, there was plenty more examples during the season.
The one that jumps out is obviously 0-0 with into 90 odd minutes, and Darwin Núñez gets a couple at Brentford. That was finding a way how to win.
Yeah. You need to have moments like that. You know, people, it's a myth, the idea. No team wins a league by dominating every game and winning every game by 2 or 3 goals. That's just not how it happens. Yeah, there'll be games along the way where a team can blow someone away, but generally speaking, a lot of matches along the course.
I would honestly safely say in a 38 game season that you'll play at top form in single figures. I think it's that less. It's probably, if you played really, really well 10 times, that would be pretty rare.
Moments like this do reinforce that team spirit, do remind you of why you do it, and also it's something you channel next season. With the fact that you know what's at the end of it. If you can do it all again, you can find rewards like this. It gives you that extra spur to say, I want to taste this again. I don't want this to be my only parade. I want to be able to do it once more. Yeah, it's just that incentive. An incentive for what you can achieve. If you can get success, you can get somewhere, Gareth.
Sorry, you were saying?
What is gone?
I really wish we were in vision then. It was just that idea that if you get a taste of this, you want more of it. You don't want this to be your only taste of this. But you know, some of the boys have done this a few times now. And the ones who haven't, this is the first experience you will say, you know what, no, this is going to be my last chance to do this.
You've got it's how you just keep building on what's been achieved this year is the big marker of a true great side, you know, and if we can build on this season's performance and obviously winning the league, you then it brings on that the demand of the great teams that have to repeat, and they just keep repeating and repeating. We spoke about Guardiola, Man City, and keeping the players refreshed and going again. This is going to be a job for Arne to build on the team, and let's start the next season or get into pre-season. Let's go and try and do it again.
I also think there'll be times next season in some of his team talks where he'll say, remember the bus parade, they're the people you're doing it for. They're the people that you're doing it for. They're the ones that you're going out there to win these trophies for, to play these games. And a lot of them don't get the chance to get into the stadiums, the home games, the away games. But they still have that love, they still have that passion for Liverpool Football Club. And it's days like today where the players just realise the impact they have on so many lives, so many different generations, some of the older fans that have seen some of the great sides from previous times, the 80s and that sort of era, to the youngsters who've only ever known sort of the Jurgen Klopp time and now this season. So it's absolutely amazing, it really is.
I think we've spoken about it as well. Any players thinking about moving to this country to play in the Premier League, when they see these pictures, they must be thinking, oh, that must be a decent place to go and play your football.
Okay, well, these scenes will continue for another couple of hours. Yeah, we're going to take another short break. Right just now, though, we'll head back to that team bus. And Pete, to get more reaction from the first team squad.
Well, the boys are on the front of the bus. We're going to speak to Federico Chiesa in a second, but I think Lucho wants to introduce him. Who's this?
Fede! Hey, look, his English is actually good. He just doesn't want to speak. Lucho, how'd you feel today?
Very, very good, bro.
Fede, I just caught you looking at your Premier League medal there a moment ago. On your own, nobody with you. It almost feels a bit like an out-of-body, surreal experience.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. Today is unbelievable to celebrate such a trophy with the fans and staying on this bus with the lads. It's just incredible. It's incredible. We deserve it. My teammates were incredible this year. It was thanks to the coach, thanks to the staff behind, but it was an amazing achievement, and they truly deserve to celebrate with the fans today.
You've seen famous bus celebrations in Italy before. How does Liverpool compare?
Well, actually, I never won a championship, so I don't know. Like for the European one, it was really, really good, but today the city is just crazy, just madness out there. So it's unbelievable.
I spotted you yesterday in the Kop end in the penalty area with your brother. He was trying to film your song, and you got the Kop singing it. I mean, this is a whole family affair for you.
No, actually, the song is I have to thank the fans because I didn't play that much this year, but to receive this love back from the fans is just amazing. I have to thank them, and the song it actually has a good tune. So I'm so proud of the team. Actually, when I first came here, they just tried to make me immediately part of the team, and they supported me even during the tough time I had this year, and I have to thank them all.
You're so popular with the boys, they love you.
Well, I'm a teammate, I'm one of the boys. I try to give, even though if I didn't play much in the trainings, I try to give my best.
sight right across Liverpool this afternoon. The colours, the sounds, absolutely wonderful. Ticker tape, red smoke, and that Premier League trophy right at the heart of it all. And it won't be long before that Liverpool bus reaches us here on the Strand. Before we get there, let's hear from the man who made it all possible, the head coach, Arne Slot.
Boss, I'm really fascinated to know where this ranks in the most thrilling days of your football journey.
I don't think that's so difficult. That's by far the number one. Yeah, this is beyond what you can expect, what you can dream of maybe. This is unbelievable.
Lots of people told you what this might be like. Now you've seen it for yourself.
Yeah, you can't imagine what you see over here. So, of course, I've won a few things before and so beautiful, but this is, you can't compare it with anything.
You've taken time to look at as many people as you can, look into their eyes, you've waved to people, you've signed autographs. It's almost been like a spiritual experience.
Yeah, it is. No, young, old, every age is here. Look them in the eyes and that says it all. Indeed, that's what you said. And that's exactly how it feels, yeah.
The best bit seemingly is still to come. You're still to reach the big long road on the Strand where there's probably going to be hundreds of thousands of people left.
Yeah, you can hardly imagine that there are still more citizens of Liverpool over there. So all through the route there are so many people where you would expect maybe a few, and then everyone over there, but it's beyond my dreams.
You're right.
What a sight, what a sound, what a privilege to be part of that and to witness that. Those Liverpool players coming right through the heart of the city with that Premier League trophy and greeted by thousands and thousands of supporters who are just overjoyed that they have delivered title number 20. Oh, what a feeling to be a player on that bus this afternoon. Let's get a player's perspective. A couple of the first team squad have been speaking to Peter McDowell.
It was about 6 years ago we were going down this road. You just won the Champions League and you spoke about how important it was going to be to celebrate a Premier League with the fans. And now here we are in 2025, you've done it.
Yeah, we've done it. It's unbelievable. It's hard to believe that we are here, that we achieved this. It's so hard. It's so hard. We worked so hard for so many years. Arriving close, sometimes not that close. It's so difficult to win this title, but we were able to win it this season, and having the opportunity to celebrate in front of our fans is fantastic, amazing.
You were so good, you had the opportunity to celebrate against Tottenham, had the celebration again yesterday, and now today. It feels like we never want this to end.
Well, it's a long way celebrating, to be honest. I don't have the age anymore to do that. 4 weeks of celebration. But yeah, I'm really happy. I just want to enjoy as much as we can this moment, because we know how football, things change quickly. And tomorrow, when the celebration finishes, we go for a new challenge. We go for a new challenge, but we celebrate now.
You got a kiss from the captain there before. You've done this together before. When you do it again, does it feel almost a little bit better than it did before?
Well, I think during the years we developed a really good relationship between the players, and obviously with Virgil, with Robo, with Trent. Like, it's been 7 years here at Liverpool, so we create really special connections, and it feels even more special to win titles with this kind of connections. Obviously with the other lads that I don't play long enough, you still create connection, and this makes everything special. So the connection between the players, but the connection with the people, with the city, with the supporters, with the club, that makes everything much more special.
Well, listen, go and celebrate now. Go and celebrate now.
We celebrate now.
Oh, Conor, tell us the story through your eyes. When you joined Liverpool, they just won the Champions League in 2019, and now you're part of the most outrageous celebration.
I know. Just the whole day, yesterday and today, has been unbelievable. To see all our fans out here, it's incredible. Really.
Are you able to take it in? This is the culmination of so much hard work from when you were a little boy.
Yeah, obviously it takes a lot to get to this point, but I don't know if you can take this in. There's too much going on. Honestly, it's incredible. So we're so thankful for all the support throughout the year, and to have moments like this, it's incredible.
The one thing I've noticed about you all throughout the day is you're so eager to enjoy it with your mates, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we're a good group of lads. We all love each other, and we have a good time in each other's company. So we just love being together, and days like this, we'll never forget days like this, never.
Loads of people talk about the fact you're only 21, you've achieved what you have already. Are you already thinking about next season and the thought of becoming almost a senior player now?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, next season I want to take another step forward, and obviously the goal of this club is always to win trophies. So next season we want to obviously add to that. We want to win the Champions League, we want to win the Premier League again. So hopefully we can do that and make next season another special season.
I know the experienced players say to you, embrace these moments, enjoy them. Sometimes you wait a long time for moments like this.
Yeah, well, in every huddle, Virgil always says, enjoy the moment you're in, and that's massive because you have to enjoy it. And days like this, you cannot enjoy this. This is unbelievable. So,
are you ready for the Strand and what that might look like now?
The what?
The Strand, the big long road.
I don't know what's going to happen down here, but I'm going to embrace it all. It's going to be incredible. Well,
enjoy, mate.
Cheers.
Well done.
We are here, we have made it back down to the Strand, we have beaten the parade bus down. It is absolute chaos down here, but the fans are still in good voice because Liverpool are champions! Champions! Ole, ole, ole! Champions! Champions! Ole, ole, ole! Okay, I am here with a couple of fans, guys. How far have you travelled down?
I've come all the way from Rotherham, Sax, Yorkshire, Liverpool. You never walk alone.
You never walk alone.
Champions!
Champions! And as you can see there, even the car park is full with flags, Liverpool fans, banners, the lot, because Liverpool are the best team in the world.
100%.
Mate, sum up for me how this season has been for you.
Fantastic, brilliant. One of the best seasons we've ever had. We will keep on going. Liverpool will never walk alone. Ole, ole, ole.
Ole, ole, ole. I love that. Thank you very much, fella. Take care. All the best.
Fantastic sights above Liverpool, and the people just making their way out of the Strand or off the Strand, but it was Liverpool supporters as far as the eye could see for a while, and fireworks, well, more fireworks in fact are going off from the Liver building behind me just as we speak now. People start to disperse but off into the city centre and to enjoy the night, I am sure, because it has been an absolutely brilliant celebration this afternoon, fitting of 20-time league champions, which is what Liverpool have achieved this season, and the supporters have loved each and every step of the way. And Jason McAteer and Ray Houghton have watched on this afternoon. Now looking something like an Eskimo Jason with that hood on. That is the only thing that has really been a dark spot on the day. It's dreadful weather, but I don't think anyone beneath us has actually minded one little bit. How was that to take in?
Emotional. It was amazing, you know, just to see him come past. We waited for hours, didn't we? And you know, I know the rain, it's come down, it's cold and that, but my word, that was a show, wasn't it? That was a show. Brilliant.
And that was it, Ray, isn't it? That it's a show in terms of what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, the fireworks, the smoke, everything, and then that roar as the players came through the Strand, and then a brilliant chorus of "You'll Never Walk Alone" as well. It's quite something to be part of.
It certainly was, Robert. We'd say the ending was spectacular, and it had to be "You'll Never Walk Alone." It's the iconic song. It's what Liverpool's all about, and you've got to see the patience of the fans who've waited hours just to see the buses come along for a brief moment or two. Was absolutely incredible, but it was unique today. It really was, and it's set such a high benchmark of how you celebrate winning the title. There'll be other clubs watching, and if they win it, well, I'll tell you what, it'll be very tough to top what Liverpool have done today.
I said to Ray about American sports, and I went, you know, do they do this thing in America? And they don't do it, do they? So I can't imagine what the owners must. I just can't fathom what they must think.
I think the owners today were learned a lesson to what they might have to do in the future in America, because, listen, I've been on parades with the bus around the city with trophies. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, the players must be bursting with pride and joy and happiness. So many fans have come out in atrocious weather conditions. I mean, the way it's been recently, it's been absolutely fantastic. But today, with the rain that we had, it was a real shame. But you know what? Just listen to the noise out there, the buzz around the city. They don't care about the weather today. They've come out to support their team, to say thank you to the players and all the staff for all the hard work they've put in over the course of the season. And it's just absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't want to be the one that's going to clean up tomorrow, because I think
it'll take more than a dustpan and brush, that won't it?
It certainly will, but what a day. It's been exceptional.
You said, Jason, or Ray said about other clubs will be watching. What about potential new players that are watching that? It's a pretty easy sales brochure, that, isn't it? Have a look at that video for a few minutes. Come and play here.
I know, and you know, players talk about when Jürgen used to ring them up, and he was the influence. I think Virgil's gone on record saying he was a big influence, wasn't he, for him signing and stuff. But I know Arne Slot is a different character, more of an introvert and stuff, and I'm sure he, you know, could get a player over the line, but I think all he has to do is put that video on, doesn't he?
I wonder what Arne thought of it. I'd love to hear his thoughts on the day and what it meant to him. I mean, he's very much been on the back foot, if you like, sat aside from it and let the players enjoy the adulation of supporters, and he's been on the periphery over it. But I just wondered deep down how emotional he's been of what's happened.
When he spoke to Pete a little bit earlier, said, you know, best moment in football, that, and he has achieved and won titles in the Netherlands. But I mean, this will top that tenfold.
It'll never be beaten, though, will it? Yeah, like no other club, because my wife spent a bit of time in Madrid, and obviously she's been part of, gone out and seen their celebrations and stuff with the fountain. They used the fountain, and she said it's nothing like this. She said it doesn't even compete. Unbelievable.
Just a final word then Ray.
We'll be really looking forward to it. You know, there'll be some players who will sadly move on for a variety of reasons. There'll be new players coming in. How quickly they settle will be instrumental in how well Liverpool do. Obviously, the signings he brings in is where he is going to be tested as a manager. But I'm sure he's thoroughly looking forward to it. Look, listen, next season will take care of itself in a few weeks' time. Just let's enjoy what's happened over the 24-25 season. It's been a joy. It's brought so much happiness to the city. Having lost out on a few occasions in the last few years by the odd point here and there, to actually get over the line again, having to wait 5 years, all credit to the new manager coming in, and all credit to the players for the effort and the energy they put into this season.
Chaps, thank you very much indeed. Go and dry off. Such a shame that cream suit never saw the light of day, Jason, isn't it?
I'll have to take it back now.
We will see you next season. Let's get some final thoughts from Mark Benstead and his team.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, Gary and Neil are back with me here, but also joined by Errol, who was one of our roving reporters out on the streets for us today, just to get an idea of what it was like at ground level. Errol, sum it up for us. What was it like? What was the atmosphere like? What was the mood like as you made your way around Liverpool today?
honestly, the rain could not stop the vibes that were out there on the streets today. The energy was incredible. You can probably tell I've started to lose my voice a little bit, but the fans, young and old, were all out there, all celebrating. We even seen a couple of impartial fans there, Blues that were in there, getting in the good spirits with the family and friends. So it was incredible. People throwing garden parties, all sorts. And do you know what? We deserve this. Everybody in this city has been waiting for moments like this. And I personally have waited my whole life to be able to see these scenes and celebrate it with people, and I just feel very privileged to be able to be a part of it.
Did you get a sense that because it was the Premier League title, it had added an extra little bit to it? Because we've done parades before, we've had success before, but being able to celebrate that trophy had made it all the more special for people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2005 we had the Champions League. I remember being on the Five Ways as a kid, and it was booming there. But now to be able to be in and amongst it on the Strand, like, you couldn't move. It was shoulder to shoulder. And you just felt the energy and the buzz was just electric. You really could. And you could see it on people's faces. You could see it the way that they was expressing themselves. Everybody today will have created moments and memories that will last them a lifetime. And honestly, I just can't believe that to be able to see it and witness it. Last time it was in 4K, this was in 8K high definition, and it was unbelievable.
Final thoughts then. What image above all images from what you saw today as you moved around the city really sticks in the memory that you'll take and keep there for the years to come?
Some of those young fans, to be honest with you, those young fans, for them, not having to wait a whole lifetime, not having to be an adult to see it all. As a child, it just makes it special. That's what makes you fall in love with the football club when you're really young and you see your heroes going past, celebrating with silverware. For me, seeing their faces, seeing their relation and how they was able to celebrate it with their family, with the parents, for me, that'll last me the rest of my life. It was unbelievable moments.
Great stuff, Errol. You'll sleep well tonight. Go and get yourself a well-deserved beverage. Great stuff. That's the feeling out on the streets today. Neil, Gary, well, let's just wrap things up in terms of what we've seen. It's incredible. You just said, Gary, you didn't expect it to be quite like this, quite as big as this.
Yeah, I had a vision of what today was going to be like. I've been in the city for 3 or 4 days. I felt the energy just get bigger and bigger, the atmosphere, the anticipation. But I could never envisage this. It blew me away, actually. It was just hundreds deep for nearly 14k, 10 miles. It's been remarkable.
I think the feeling of joy, happiness, emotion. We've seen all the pictures on the TV throughout the city of Liverpool fans coming and sharing the moment with the players to thank them. But even here, the build-up all day has been thinking, they're going to be here, they're going to be here. And the fans have been out there. It's been horrible weather. And they have been out there early just to witness the players coming past, just to thank them and create memories, which is what football does. We see it inside the stadiums with football matches, many famous games. But these sort of occasions are really unique and really are to be cherished.
If you want to learn how to celebrate winning the top division in your country, you could do a lot worse than come and just witness what happened here today.
By the way, Robin mentioned it'd be difficult for Arne Slot to follow what he's done this season. It'd be difficult for any team to follow the celebrations today if we aren't the ones to claim the title next season, because this is a tough act to follow. You mentioned, Neil, then that it's a case of the fans wanted to come out and thank the players, but in turn now the players almost have to thank the supporters next season by doing something similar, bringing more success.
Yeah, I think that would be a motivation to say, remember those scenes, remember what it meant to those fans when you were going past everybody, the different fans, the older generation, the younger fans, and saying, put a smile back on the faces. Do you want to see that again? Do you want to be part of that again? And it'll be tough. It'll be tough next season. We expect teams to come back and try and battle for the title, thinking Arsenal, thinking Manchester City, but we're in a great position. We're in a fantastic position. Loved this season. The players deserve the little break that they're going to get, time away with the families, and can't wait for next season.
Yeah, bring it on. Gentlemen, thank you for your contributions today and your support through the course of the season. I hand you back to Rob now, who'll bring the curtain down on this afternoon and, of course, this campaign as a whole. Rob.
Mark, thank you very much indeed. So Liverpool's players will rest and recuperate after they have finished celebrating, because Anfield once again is the home of the English League champions. Title winners for a 20th time, and today nothing was going to rain on Liverpool's parade. Bye-bye.
There's the celebration you've been waiting for. Liverpool are the champions of the Premier League. Back where they rightly belong. top of the table, top of the league, champions yet again. It is the dream start for them.